Weary adventurers, take a seat here at my tavern, and let me tell you a story filled with adventure and drama, and about how I found myself while playing the mythical, magical game called Dungeons and Dragons. After I had taken a gap year at the University of North Texas, I had gotten out of touch with all the friends I made while I was a freshman and sophomore. So upon my return to the university, I was doing it on my own for the first time in years. I was alone. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anyone here anymore. I was afraid. I was alone. For the first few months, I was struggling to make new friends or meet new people. I was honestly afraid to go out because I just thought they would all leave me again. Many of the first months I spent here, I was depressed, and I felt hopeless that I would always feel like this, and nothing I did would ever change. Many nights were spent alone in my dorm, scrolling on TikTok, until one day I found Critical Hit. Critical Hit is a club here at the University of North Texas that is all about playing Dungeons and Dragons and finding new groups to play with. It's also about how to make new characters, sharing ideas, and other games that aren't related to Dungeons and Dragons. I found it while I was on Discord, and I will admit, when I first joined the server, I was skeptical. I didn't think anyone would like me, or anyone would really want to play with a guy who hadn't played Dungeons and Dragons in years. But after a few days, I was able to find a new group. And I was so nervous because I didn't even have my own set of dice, and you can't play Dungeons and Dragons without a set of dice. So I head over to Willis, room 200F, and I was terrified. But when I got there, all there was a group of people who were just as excited about the same thing I loved. Everyone in there just wanted to play and was so happy to be there and happy to play. And I was happy that I finally got to feel like someone understood how it felt to play a game as majestic as Dungeons and Dragons. See, the game is all about working together, and so I was afraid that these people would think I was a weak link or that I wasn't good because I hadn't played in years. Last time I played was with the friends I had last time. However, there was this deep fear inside of me that all of this would happen again. However, my fears were actually laid to rest when the first person I saw in there looked at me and said, "Hey, do you have any dice?" Shyly, I said, "No, I don't have any dice." And they said, "That's okay." And they gave me a set of green die. I loved it. And these dice were green, just like UNT. And I was so happy to finally have my own set of dice because it meant that I was going to be playing at Dungeons and Dragons for a long time. While I was playing with all these new people, for the first time since I came back to UNT, I felt like myself. Ironically, I was able to find myself while pretending to be other people. Whether I was a warlock pretending to be a wizard so no one would think I was evil, or a cyborg who would just not stop eating metal no matter what happened. And even when I was just a little boy who was so obsessed with the sun, he would cry when the moon came out. All these characters had one thing in common. I got to play them all with my friends. After a while, the group dissipated, but from the first group, I met these new friends, and we kept playing, and we formed our own group. And every week, there was this place we would play at, the Castle Rock lobby. We would meet up and play these games and bond for hours, for 4 hours every week. There was no homework due, there was no family drama, and I wasn't alone. All I had was a set of dice and my friends. This place was where I could both be all my characters and myself, and it was all thanks to my amazing friends. Thanks to them, I was able to finally stop being depressed and stop being alone. I was no longer worried that I would never meet anyone new. I was no longer afraid that my depression would go on forever. All my hopelessness was gone. And so, thanks to them, I traded all my lonely nights stuck in my dorm, scrolling endlessly on TikTok, being depressed, for a group of friends and endless adventure.